Oh yeah, I've had a few people complaining that they're not getting hours lately. There's still plenty of hours on there. Now, this is a little guide. Now, it's not just for UK Amazon, it's American Amazon, it's worldwide. Anyone that does flex across the world, uh, these will work for you. So, we go through the easiest ones. Let's start. So, let's say on the dot and not half past the hours. So 1 o'clock's half ones, two's half twos, threes half threes, whatever. Get on there as soon as it hits. Let's say 1 o'clock. Tap 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 away. There's a high success rate that you'll have one for the following day at that time. So just say you start tapping at 1 o'clock on the dot, tap tap tap. One should come up at 1 o'clock for 1 o'clock the following day. Um, Now that has an 80% chance, I'd say, of working. Never steers me wrong when I'm after hours. It's quite a good one. It can it can add stuff from 8 o'clock in the morning onwards, depending what you do. If you're doing prime now, start from 8 o'clock in the morning onwards. If you're doing logistics, I'd start from 10 o'clock. Like I said, it's a high success rate that you'll get hours for the following day. There's another one that you can do, and that's snooping. I call it snooping anyway. So just say you get to the depot and there's a shift going at, let's say, 2 o'clock, and you get to the depot at 1:30. Start tapping away, tap, 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 tap. And anyone that hasn't turned up for the shift, or if they've got more parcels than expected, you've got a good chance of getting it, and then you don't have to worry about getting to the depot on time because you're already there. Now, it used to be half an hour before, but it's not now. It can go from 10 minutes before the start of a block. So there's no timing on that one. So, for instance, it's not too bad if you live like within 5 minutes of the depot, but anywhere longer, make sure you're in the vicinity before you start tapping away, because if you're late for it, it just goes against you. There's another one as well. This one is guaranteed to work. So just say your mate who works on flex as well, he's got a block and he can't do it. So you phone him up and say, what time are you going to give that block away? I'm going to give it up at, let's say, 52 minutes past 3. So as soon as he says he's going to do it, get tapping, tap, tap, tap. Or even on the phone, say, for instance, Johnny, you're going to let them hours go? Yeah, I've let them go now. Keep tapping, tapping. And his hours should come up publicly for anyone to get. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't work with reserve blocks. I don't know. I've never done it on the last moment. Like, so just say an hour before the shift, if you give your reserve block up, you might get it. But I know it definitely does work on ones you've scalped, ones you've found yourself, which is quite good. Now that's like a 98% success rate. It does happen quite a bit, and it's good if just say, this is how me and my mate do it. We talk about it. We say, well, I want to work from this, and he'll be like, well, all right, I'll keep an eye on hours for you. So we'll keep an eye on hours, and if he sees hours I miss, he'll phone me up and he'll say, well, I've got these, and vice versa, do the same back. It's always good to have a network in your depot. Don't get me wrong, it's good when you speak to people outside the depot, but you're in your particular depot, it's always good to have a good network. There's about 4 or 5 of us that swap shifts, so it's always worth having people there. Just mention it to a couple of other people, just say, explain the situation to them. It hires your chances of getting Amazon blocks. So we start again. So the first one is on the hour and every half an hour. That's got a high success rate, but it's better if there's not as many drivers in your depot, because the reserve blocks, the more drivers they've got, the more reserve blocks to come out. So in theory, there's less blocks available to get, but it's still a totally good way of doing it. And then you've got So you've got on the hour. Oh yeah, the last minutes at the depot. Now there's a high chance you will get these. They happen quite a bit. Like I said, a friend of mine does it. He doesn't try getting any hours like me. He just rather stay outside the depot. And to be honest, he gets a good 8 hours a day. And then the last one, which is a guarantee, is people giving the blocks up. Just as long as you know when they're going to give them up, start tapping as soon as you do it. Yeah, it's an almost guarantee of getting them hours. Does anyone else out know any ways of getting hours? And if you do, let me know. Comment on the section. Please like, share and subscribe. I do appreciate it. But good luck on the road.